Welcome to this hardcore class working to Bird of Paradise. It's a very beautiful pose. It takes a lot of work to get there, but it's really worth the payoff. And I think as you advance in your practice, we start to find the joy actually in the process of getting there, not just the beautiful result of the pose. For the class, you may need a strap. I have the strap nearby and I will make an indication for that. For the rest, probably just your mat. I'm practicing without a mat. And we'll start today on the back with a little core work. Just get some heat in the body. And we're going to keep this practice rather short and efficient, but we still want to start with the breath. So I'm going to bring the feet wide with the knees together. I'll rest the hands on the belly. And then you can just close the eyes or look at the ceiling and come in connection with your breath. It is such a simple thing, and we spend most of the day actually very away from the feeling in the body, the rhythm of the breath. And these deeper parts of ourselves are always there. We sometimes set the most important parts in the background. Sometimes we set even the things we really need in the background. So this is your moment to bring everything right in front of you and to just savor, even if it's just a half hour, but some time where you're really here for yourself. Take 5 more really deep breaths, consciously filling the lungs and consciously emptying the lungs. So you see here that there's a lot more space for the breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. A few more times. And then we're going to bring the knees to our chest. So for this core work, a little bit fun today, I think. So knees are going to be wide. I'll even turn so you see. So you're going to bring the hands up. Interlace the fingers, extend the index finger. And you're going to curl up and bring the elbows inside the knee. So actually the knees can really pull in and you're pressing the fingertips forward. So 10 little pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stay lifted. Now press the palms like you're in plank. So you're opening the palms like you're going to push the hands straight in front of you. Right leg stays where it is. Left leg stretches out. Again, 10 little pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Quick break, left foot to the floor, half happy baby with the right foot. Catch the outside of the foot, so my fingers onto pinky toe, and the head to the floor. So that's a really warm hello to the body. We're going to exhale, pull the foot down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now cross the foot over the knee, the reclining pigeon. Bring the right ankle to the left knee, turn the knee out. Lift the legs up, thread the arm through, one hand behind the leg, both hands behind the leg. One arm through, the other arm meets it. Again, 5 deep breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Straight to the other side. I'll turn so you have a different picture. Left side. So again, hands interlace, extend the index finger. Pull yourself up. 10 little pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stay lifted, press the palms forward. Right leg comes out. Again, 10 little pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, right foot to the floor. Catch the outside of the left foot. Rest the head. 5 deep breaths. Deep into the belly, which you felt really wake up, that the muscles might even still be contracted. And then we'll flex the left ankle over the right knee, lift the legs up. So this is the left arm coming through, right arm meets it. 5 deep breaths. Feel both hips, both shoulders on the surface beneath you. And then we'll just roll over to the side and come onto the knees, or another seated posture you prefer. So we're going to find here in the bird of paradise, we have the arms rotating in actually. So here, you're going to bring the back of your hands flat on your back and push the elbows forward. So I have here, fingers are strong, you're pressing the elbows forward. And we feel this interesting sort of stretch in the front of the shoulder and the inside of the arm. This should be an okay stretch even if you have a shoulder issue. But say anything felt really bad with the stretch, then you're going to take it easy when we get to the bird of paradise with the arms. So a few more deep breaths. And then we'll just shake out the hands. Come on to downward dog to start. Set up the table. I'm modifying, I forgot to say that, I'm modifying the right hand. You're going to have both hands on the floor and you'll practice chaturanga that way. So inhale, arch the back, look up. Exhale, come to downward facing dog. And wiggle the hips side to side, press one heel down, then the other. So then we'll inhale the right leg up. You're in the three-legged dog. Exhale, step the right foot outside the right hand. So you're coming forward. The right knee, just like what we were doing on the back, you're shifting forward. The knee is coming toward the shoulder and you're stepping the right foot down. So now here's where we start to play, and over time we make it light. So to begin, you step. To begin, you're going to step the foot forward and then step it back. And sometimes that will take 3 or 4 steps. As you get stronger, it's going to be 2. So halfway up and then 2. Halfway back, 2. And then as you get even stronger, you're going to make it fluid. So maybe 1 step, flow the foot all the way forward and then all the way back. So wherever you are today, just honor that and get going. So we'll do about 10. That's 2, 3, 4. So here I have most of the weight, actually almost all of it, in the right foot, and the left leg is floating back and forth. It's also core work. I lost count, I'm sorry. We'll call that 8, 9, 10. Wiggle at the top, inhale. Exhale, step the left foot back. Okay. Drop onto the knee. You can inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back to plank. Lower chaturanga or onto the belly. So I'm going to do the easier version here. Inhale, cobra or up dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Straight to the left side. So inhale, left leg in the air. Exhale, stepping forward. So you're shifting forward in plank. The knee taps the outside of the shoulder. You step the foot down. So we're bringing most of our weight into the front foot, bending the back knee. There's a little hop. So especially as you become more fluid, there's a little hop. And even if your little hop is halfway down the mat, also fine. Then you take another little hop to get to the back. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Forward fold, inhale halfway up. Exhale, come back down, hands to the floor, right foot back. Now drop the back knee. 1 breath, inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back to plank, lower chaturanga, or onto the belly. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 deep breaths. So that might have been, it is a strong exercise. Shake out your head and just catch your breath. Come back to that deep belly breath. So again, starting with the right leg. Inhale the right leg up, reach through the toes. Exhale, step forward, right foot, again outside, the right hand. Keep the back knee lifted. Just walk the fingertips forward, pull with your fingertips, make the body really strong. So actually, we're not bringing the chest low at all, we're bringing it forward and creating this strong line in the back of the body. As we come to the bird of paradise, we're going to have to find that strong back line. So here, it's difficult even with the arms forward, but eventually you want to be able to do this. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come to warrior 2. So you can bring your arm up, face the side, just adjust the feet as you need to. 1 breath, inhale, bring the arms up, straighten the leg. Exhale, warrior 2. Again, low in the hip, work the knee back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, lean back. Exhale, hands to the floor. Drop your back knee. We're going to turn. So now I am pivoting toward the left. Come up and now wrap left arm under the right. So the eagle arms and sits low into the hip. So here you can see I've shifted. My hip was above the knee. It's sliding forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Stay lifted. We're going to play a little bit with the balance. Spin again on your back, shin bone. Come into the front lunge. So now you'll be not too low in the hips, lifting the elbows. 5 deep breaths. Twisted lunge, just bring your left hand to the floor, stretch the right arm up, okay, lift the back knee already, so lean back, push through the back toes. Okay, going to side plank and wild thing, so look at your back foot, so that the back foot is going to drop, you're rolling onto the heel, come through, side plank, 1 breath, the wild thing, open, 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 and then bring it back. Lift the right leg and the arm, come back to plank, lower again, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, child's pose. Also, beautiful option, 5 deep breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, And 5, left side, inhale, left leg in the air. Exhale, slow, step forward. Foot here, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. You have a strong back line, and you're going to walk the fingertips forward. So pull the chest forward here. Press into the back toes, a little bit of lift. So if you're very flexible in the hips, it might be easier for you to sink. Don't do that because it's not going to help you when you're standing. So when we're standing, the way we find our balance is lifting into the back line of the body. You'll really feel this when we get to the back, bird of paradise. So actually, flexible people have to work a little bit harder to stabilize. It's not just about flexibility. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Drop the back knee. So again, we're pivoting here. Bring other arm, terrible, right arm I think underneath here. Sink into the leg. 1. And you can go back and forth here and feel this action because we're going to need it a bit later. Okay, turn forward. We're doing this in reverse, but turn forward, lift elbows. Few more deep breaths. The warrior 2 is coming. It will just be at the end. So right hand to the floor under the shoulder. Lift the left arm, leaning back. I'm going to modify on the elbow. You feel free to stay on the hand. So we're leaning back here. You can turn on your back foot. Lift, lift, lift. Come through the side plank. So maybe staying here, maybe coming into the wild thing. And then to warrior 2. So our top leg is going to swing around. You'll step to the warrior 2 and come up. Bend, bend, bend. Inhale, come up, and exhale, sink into the hip. So legs are floating forward. Really work the knee back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We'll inhale, come back, and now coming through our vinyasa, hands to the floor. Left foot back, inhale, exhale, forward. Cobra or up dog, elbows in, exhale, and back to downward facing dog. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Trikonasana. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step forward. Trikonasana pose. Right foot forward, left heel down. So now we have straight legs. We're going to lean forward. Bring the hand to the shin bone. It's not doing much work actually. Our core muscles are doing most of the work. Wrap the top arm behind. So that will open the front of the shoulder, which we're really going to need in the bird of paradise. So coming here, again lifting up and back. So not down toward the foot at all, actually up and back. So this is a strong position. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Stay leaning to the side. Now the arm comes up. You're going to bend the front knee. So stop here. Try to press the elbow to the knee. Again, no weight in the arm. Core muscle doing all of the work. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhaling back, reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, dog. Exhale, down dog. Straight to the other side. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left foot forward inside the hands. Come up. Adjust the foot. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward. So you can see here, your hand is coming to the lower back. If you have a like really flexible hips, you might want to notice that the pelvis here can rock, actually. And if anything, you want the belly pulling in. So then you feel a stretch in the right hip. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, arm up. Now just bend the front knee, press the knee back with the elbow. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, lean back. Exhale, hands to the floor. Again, onto the belly. If you need to skip this, you could. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, lower. Downward facing dog. So we'll make our way now to the bird of paradise. Inhale the right arm, right foot up. Step it through and forward. So you can come first to a warrior 2. Lean forward, side angle pose. So elbow inside the knee, and now the right arm is coming under the knee. Left arm is coming back. It's important here. I'm gonna reach for the strap. I'll show this from the other angle. So it's sometimes, right, it's hard to feel your body in space. If you're trying to grab here, it won't work. Well, you can, but it's very, the pose won't work at the end. So you're grabbing here, closer to the knee. If you need a strap, then just stay here and work on this pose for about a minute. So just bringing the hands together like this and lean back. So you lean back. We've been working on that throughout the class, really push the knee that way. If you're not using the strap, then you can start to work toward the bird of paradise. So you hop the back foot in, right? The slow fluid movement, and then you're standing on the back foot. If you stand on this foot, then you're there. So you're standing on the back foot. You're going to start to pick the foot up. Try to lift the chest. So this is what I meant to the back body, right? If you're falling forward, you'll never extend the foot. You have to pull up, 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 back, press, 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 left foot into the floor, then maybe extend the right leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Coming down, try to make it light. Bring your right foot to the floor, slide the left foot back. Reverse warrior, inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor. And now, if that was a strong pose, just take down dog or child's pose. So down dog, maybe even child's pose. Once you've caught your breath, maybe you want to pause the video, stay longer in the child's pose you made. So try the left side, and you're going to have one leg where it goes more easily, and one leg where it's more difficult. So starting from the down dog. Inhale, lift your left leg in the air. Exhale, stepping forward. So left foot down. Come up to the warrior 2. Lean to the side. You do need to lean a little bit forward to get the elbow under, but not too much. So you want to still lean back a bit with the shoulder, bring the arms under. If you're using the strap, stay here. So what I was talking about here is that when the shoulders and the hip are tight, your butt tends to stick out. So from here, if we get into the pose, most of us really need to stick our butt out to get into the bind. Even before you come up to a bird of paradise, pull the hips between the heels. So we're in this really strong angle. Then start to slide your back foot in. Shift your weight onto your back foot. Pick up the toes. Going slowly is usually the wiser route here. It takes so much coordination just to get the foot off the floor. So you can pause here, come up really slowly, looking at one point. Just focus on the standing leg first. So think steady, steady. So let the ankle go through all those micro movements to keep your balance. Pull the chest up. And then extending the top leg is like the cherry on the cake. It's like, it's really a last detail. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring it down softly. Left foot to the floor, right foot slides out. Last time, inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back to down dog or child's pose. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're going, this is a rather short class. We're going to swing around and just do some yin practice now. That was a lot of effort for the body. So now a little bit less about shapes and more just about finding space. So I'll have one foot in front of the other. Can rest the elbows. I know some of you can bring the head really down. And we'll hold for about a minute on each side. Find a little bit more softness with the exhale. The body had to work really hard and pull everything in, so give yourself really some time to let everything come out again. Few more deep breaths. And then between sides, just lift your head, stretch the legs out, not too far, and actually just shift hip to hip. So again, just thinking less about the shape and more about fluid movement. And then other foot in front. Walk the hips back a bit. So here I have one shin bone in front of the other. Can both knees can press gently toward the mat and rest on the elbows. Or maybe you can come even lower in a forward fold. Back of the neck is soft. Few more deep breaths. And then we'll make our way onto our back. If you have a block, great. If you don't, you can find another solution. So I'm going to bring it's a large block underneath my sacrum, so low back. And I'm just going to bring, so on the lowest height block here, and start to stretch the legs out. Maybe not all the way, but enough that I feel that the front of the hip bones are lengthening. You can even really think about pushing your tailbone, so the tailbone toward your heels. That will bring your pelvis a little bit more posterior, and then slide the legs out. So you'll rest here. If you don't have a block at home, you can do the regular bridge pose. So feet on the floor. Just be a more active version of pressing hands into the floor and pulling the knee in. But it is nice after a strong pose, if you can, to do something a little bit passive, so that we feel these really go hand in hand, right? A strong effort is very like young, masculine energy, also important, but the yin is just as important, the softness. So 5 more deep breaths. And then pull the legs toward you. If you stretch them out, bring the knees, hips to the floor. And just bring the knees to the chest. You can hold the front of the knees, maybe behind the knees. And just rock a few times side to side. Letting the lower back connect with the mat. Bring the toes together, hands to the knees. Just move the knees in a few small circles. And then take even just 1 minute to rest, but to really enjoy actually the space you feel after all that effort. And to appreciate all the effort you put into the class, especially today if you felt like you got a little bit closer to the verb paradise, or you did it, honor that effort with at least 1 minute, preferably 5, just to breathe, to feel really satisfied with whatever you did today. And enjoying the process, enjoying learning, enjoying that things can just unfold. We don't need to rush.